Hi everyone, on the show this week, the Prismatic Tarot by Kelsey Showalter. Hi everyone, welcome back. Today, one of my shorter videos, a flip through and a review of a very nice tarot called the Prismatic Tarot by a woman called Kelsey Showalter. This is a tarot pack I've been thinking of buying for a long time. I think it really is an exceptional bit of illustration. I actually have some doubts about whether I would use it to read with, and I'll explain about that later. So what I did was I bought it as an app, and I can recommend this. The app cost me less than £5, and it was there immediately, straight onto my phone. I didn't have to wait, I didn't have to pay postage. Fantastic. I've been able to use this app to create a flip through. I hope that's okay. Everything's going to look very clean and digital today in my flip through, so I thought I'd put in an appearance in person. I'm in London today. I'm in London, and it's a grey day, and it's rather cold and damp. But anyway, let's do the flip through and see what we find. Okay, let's start the digital flip through. As you can see, a very high standard of stylish contemporary illustration here. And very soon, on the fourth card, we come to one of the cards I'm not sure about. The Empress here, more as an Amazon, I think, than, you know, the normal matronly woman, maybe pregnant. There are the wheat sheaves here on the side to remind us of the fruitfulness of the Emperor's card. I could certainly work with that card. It's not a sticking point for me. I think the Emperor is quite nice, and they go together quite well. The Pope I find absolutely appropriate to this deck. It's clearly sort of a punk rock deck. It's a radical deck, and clearly popes are bad things. In this deck, they have blood on their hands and they're kind of dried up old vampires. It's a melodramatic deck, and I think if you're in a melodramatic mood, why not? Fantastic chariot. There's a porn influence, I think, in this deck. It's, you know, nudity alert, ladies and gentlemen, nudity alert. If you're worried by nudity, then don't watch this flip through. There's plenty of male and female nudity here. Another nice, a masculine justice card. Interestingly enough, this is a deck that where the deck creator, Kelsey Showalter, says that she or they wants to queer the tarot. And wow, this is an unusual queering of the tarot, because I actually think it's slightly more masculine than the traditional tarot. The deck creator says, so many decks are very white, straight and thin-centric. I just wanted to make something different. I think that's a really admirable desire. Interestingly enough, there aren't any fat people in this deck, so, you know, there's clearly a lot of queerness and diversity of race, but most of the bodies, I would say, are quite porn star. Okay, stopping the flip through there and I'm going to go to coins. Kelsey Showalter is an artist who recognises the need for, you know, strong colours and clear shapes and a sort of what you could call an iconic approach to tarot. I love that Five of Pentacles. If I had these as cards on the table, I would very much like to see whether there's too much colour here. This Seven of Pentacles is an example of the artist's very strong ability to reduce the symbols. Here we see, you know, the implication of gardening and harvest is all there in the sickle. And then the Ten of Pentacles is also reduced. This is, you know, the card of dynasty or whatever, or family or security. And this is really reduced down to almost like a Marseille style statement of, well, here are your 10 pentacles. enjoy them. I'm now going to go into Cups. A wonderful Two of Cups, rightly the artist's favourite card in this deck. A jolly Three of Cups. Four of Cups I have slight doubts about, but it wouldn't really stop me from using this deck. I'm not quite sure what's going on in this guy's head. It's a fantastic image. Maybe he's just like having too many orgies or something. It's a beautiful image. Let's enjoy it. Beautiful 5. And a reduced 6 here, almost like Marseille, but it's clear, it's still clear what this is about, the nostalgia and the harvest and the pleasure. These are beautiful images and very readable, most of them. And the 10 there, just a circular rainbow, a very, very good graphic solution. Batons. Batons. Off we go here. A lovely 2, a lovely 3, a lovely 4. Okay, the 5 of Batons is one of the designs that would actually confuse me. It reminds me really of the traditional 7 of Batons. It doesn't look like a ball of confusion and conflict, it just looks like someone being courageous. I think that's a mistake, that card. A beautiful 6. I love that. Get him naked. Let's see the pawn 6 of Batons. Nice 7, 8, 9 and 10. Finally the swords. A fantastic graphic Ace of Swords. A nice pornographic 2 of Swords. I'm in favour of porn, ladies and gentlemen, seriously. I'm a supporter of it. I regard it as one of the branch of the arts. I'm not saying I like all porn, but I like erotic images and I find them interesting and I find them life-affirming. And I find that they help us to deal with our desires and shape our desires into something beautiful. One of the best 3 of Swords I've ever seen, where the man himself, the victim, is transformed into a heart. Actually transformed into almost like a Superman shape there, but still an amazing, amazing graphic solution to that card. A nice 4. This 5 of Swords, it wouldn't put me off exactly, but it seems that the traditional meaning is not very strongly suggested by that card, which the meaning of defeat. A lovely 6. And then a 7 of Swords. Frankly, this looks like the traditional 5 of Swords. There is a battlefield, and the battle, as Macbeth would say, as the witches in Macbeth would say, the battle has been lost and won. That seems like a confusion. It seems like a mistake. So that would actually probably stop me from using this deck. An amazing surrealistic 8. She seems to be on the moon there. 9 of Swords has been masculized, apparently. Traditionally a suffering woman. And a sensational 10 of Swords. Okay, now let's have a look at the court cards. I think if there weren't those other confusing cards, I might be able to work with the court cards. But frankly, I don't see enough structure in the court cards. I don't see enough of a system in the court cards. And though I find them fantastic and they could be pin-ups, I would like to have them on my walls, I don't quite see the symbolic system that would help me to read them. Okay, 3 of the 4 pages are stark naked and shaved, I notice, and very nice too. I guess the artist would say that they have, they're enjoying re-objectifying the male body, and I would be entirely into that. I'm not quite sure whether these would help me to read cards. The Knight of Swords, okay. I'm not quite sure why the sword is broken. The Knight of Swords is usually very energetic. The Queen, I find these queens, the 4 queens, beautiful, but I don't really find that the symbolism is working very hard. There is a sword in the picture and a very beautiful king. Fair enough. There's not much symbolic body language in the artist's court cards here. There's just beauty and excitement and drama and sexuality. The suit of pentacles, the second pin-up page, very nice too. The Knight of Pentacles, a strange choice, given that for me the Knight is one of the heaviest and most present and most material and grounded and supportive of the 4 court cards, and this one seems to be fading into the mist. He's also on a battlefield, which I find quite strange if Pentacles are about growth. I see the Knight of Pentacles more as someone who would be in a field of things growing. The Queen has her rabbits. Fine. Okay, there's a good Prismatic Tarot solution to the Queen of Pentacles. And the King, really, really, really good. I love it. We have the horns of the bull there on his helmet. The Page of Batons, there we have the salamanders, so we've got some symbolism. It's very decorative, and I like decorative art. A fantastic graphic there for the Knight of Batons. The Queen there, a celebration of a porn aesthetic. And a fantastic king with salamanders in the background. But I'm sticking to my story. I don't find them very readable. The court cards for the cups. The Page of Cups has his clothes on and that's a great card. That's a good solution. It's very much about inspiration. A Knight of Cups, I can go with that. It's a beautiful, beautiful picture, and it does look poetic and lovely. Queen of Cups, I have to ask, what is the Queen of Cups doing here? Has she been in a fight? Has she been assaulted? It seems that there are dramas brewing in these 16 court cards that Kelsey Showalter has created. I guess maybe I would have to read an accompanying book to relate to those dramas and to be able to interpret the cards maybe in the way that the artist intended. I'm a sort of a hard-working tarot reader, and I just use the Rider-Waite-Smith system in order to pick up on the messages that are being sent through. So I don't really have time to be referring to books and to be referring to systems that are slightly sort of skewed from the Rider-Waite-Smith. So yeah, I don't know how I would really work that Queen of Cups into my system, even though I think, like everything in this project, it's a beautiful image. And the King of Cups, not very present, but then the King of Cups isn't actually a very present man, so I would say thumbs up to that one. So that's my flip through of the Prismatic Tarot, ladies and gentlemen. If you wanted one modern, stylish, contemporary deck, and that was going to be your only deck, I think you could work with it. I worked for many years with the Aquarian deck, and the Aquarian deck does have some real divergences from the Rider-Waite-Smith, and it didn't bother me. I had a book that I used. I had one book, so I just had one system. It was Alfred Douglas. And I was quite able to read cards in that way. I merely made those observations because, well, maybe out of a sense of disappointment, because I so wanted to acquire this pack and work with it. And I was disappointed that there are, I would say, 3 cards in the deck that I find sufficiently confusing for me to not feel I could work with this deck. Stay well till next time. I'm releasing videos once a week this year. I've gone a bit crazy. Like, comment, share. Be nice. See you later. Bye-bye.